Various reports are stating that Spurs are interested in Liverpool goalkeeper Kelleher. Spurs are also interested in Mark Guéhi, Joe Bellingham and Harry Gray, Archie Gray's brother at Leeds United. Mauricio Pochettino has again spoken about a possible return to Spurs. He said he made mistakes before, but he wants to come back to win silverware. And Fabrizio Romano has just stated that there are several names being monitored by Spurs at the moment, including Andoni Iraola, but no decision has been made yet about Ange Postecoglou. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well. Hope you're all having a good week. My name is Chris Cowlin, and this is another episode of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please hit the follow button and leave a review if you can. Now, let's start by talking about Tottenham Hotspur boss Ange Postecoglou and the links to Bournemouth boss Andoni Iraola. Now, Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano was asked by Give Me Sport, are Tottenham interested in Iraola at Bournemouth should they decide to sack Ange Postecoglou? His reply was, there are several names being monitored. Andoni Iraola is one of them for sure, but no decision has been made yet on Ange Postecoglou, waiting also on Europa League campaign. Now, reports in Spain, though, and from 442 in England are stating that Tottenham are in talks to appoint Andoni Iraola as Ange Postecoglou's replacement. The reports are stating that Tottenham are enduring a poor season, with Bournemouth boss Andoni Iraola poised to replace Ange Postecoglou. It is being claimed that the 42-year-old former Athletic Club defender is the board's favourite to lead the new project, with talks already underway over replacing Postecoglou as Spurs manager. Now for a couple of transfer rumours and reports. The Football Insider have reported that Real Madrid are still interested in Tottenham Hotspur centre-back Christian Romero, and he is on their list of targets for the summer transfer window. Spurs will demand a huge fee for the Argentina centre-back. And the Sun newspaper have just reported there is interest in Liverpool goalkeeper Kelleher from Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle and Bournemouth. The report is also claiming that Kelleher wants to leave Anfield this summer to get first-team football, suggesting he may have played his final game for Liverpool in their Carabao Cup defeat. The Football Insider have also reported that Spurs are in the race for Crystal Palace and England centre-back Mark Guéhi. Although they trowel Liverpool currently, they see him as the perfect replacement for Christian Romero. And according to a report from Team Talk, Manchester United will compete with Chelsea and Tottenham for 19-year-old Sunderland midfielder Jobe Bellingham this summer. And the Boot Room have just stated that Tottenham Hotspur are interested in signing Leeds United youngster Harry Gray, who is Archie Gray's younger brother. Unlike Archie Gray, who is a holding midfielder, his sibling is a striker. Footballing talent certainly runs in the Gray family, as Harry, who has just turned 16, is already in Daniel Farke's first team at Leeds United. Spurs midfielder Lucas Bergvall is currently on international duty with Sweden. Now, he has reacted to the praise from Pep Guardiola a couple of weeks ago. Pep Guardiola come out and said Bergvall, every time he has the ball and runs, he is unstoppable. Bergvall has replied to these comments and said, I just try to play football and develop all the time and help my team. It's always fun to get praise and you should take it in, but I try not to put too much emphasis on it. He was asked the question, was it as expected, playing in the Premier League at Spurs? He said, I don't really know what I expected, but it's probably not quite what I had in mind. It's been really intense with 2 games a week for 3 months. It has been crazy. It's something completely different from what I am used to. Now for some Spurs women news. Now on Wednesday afternoon, the Spurs women under-21s team were in action. 2 late goals from Liverpool condemned our women's under-21s to a 2-1 defeat in the Professional Game Academy League. And at the weekend, Molly Bartrip played her 100th game in the WSL for Spurs in our 1-0 home defeat against Brighton. She's come out and said, "I never thought I would have even made any appearances in the WSL, so I feel really, really lucky. I'm proud, obviously, to have been able to get 100 appearances for a club like this. It is an honour. I just want to keep performing as much as I can, helping the people around me, helping the team, and hopefully bring more success." Now, we heard Mauricio Pochettino talking to Sky Sports about a possible return in the future to Tottenham Hotspur. Well, this time he's been talking to the Times newspaper about a possible return. He also spoke about his previous time at Spurs. He said, "In the bottom of my heart, I still feel the same. I would like one day to come back, not because of my ego. It is because my feeling is I would like one day to win with Tottenham. We were so close." Pochettino then went on to say the problem was this type of journey creates a lot of friction for different reasons. Also, I made mistakes, but the good thing is when you are clever, you learn from those mistakes. It is like when a relationship finishes, I feel empty. I feel so disappointed with everyone, but also with myself because I didn't manage well. And when that happens, it is partly my responsibility. Pochettino then added, "I think now Tottenham is a club with an expectation to win because if you see the facilities, the training ground and the stadium, now you see it is about winning trophies. That is why I would like one day to come back. But if that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. All of the possibilities again to build something special, that is my feeling and it didn't change." He was also asked a question by the Times newspaper about the England job and his reply was, "The England job? Yes, of course I would have been interested." Now, my thoughts on everything in this episode, and I'm going to start by talking about Fabrizio Romano's comments. Are Tottenham interested in Iraola at Bournemouth? Should they decide to sack Ange Postecoglou? And Fabrizio Romano has stated there are several names being monitored. I have no doubt at all that Spurs are thinking for the future, just in case Spurs don't win the Europa League, or just in case it just goes even worse than what position we are in now, because 15 Premier League defeats, it could be worse. We're going to be playing a lot of very, very good teams from now until the end of the season. 9 games left, and the record in the Premier League isn't great. But I do feel like Ange Postecoglou is being given the time at the moment for the Europa League games. A lot of pundits, a lot of ex-players, a lot of ex-managers indeed are saying that Ange Postecoglou has to win this competition in order to keep his job. Some are saying that even if he won the Europa League, they feel like he should still go. There is a lot of very, very mixed opinions right now, and I get it. There's a lot of frustrated people out there. It was interesting to do the fan show on Tuesday evening to hear so many different opinions about Ange Postecoglou in particular, and about the Europa League. Even if we won it, a lot of fans said that they would still like to see him replaced in the summer, which is very, very interesting. We've got to get a decent result. We've got to get, a win going into that second leg. So the home game is really, really important. The atmosphere there a couple of years ago when I went there, when we played them in the Champions League under Antonio Conte, the atmosphere was incredible. One of the best I've witnessed, actually. And the Germans are just so loud inside their stadiums. They create such a wonderful atmosphere. And, Spurs haven't coped that well away from home in Europe this season, and that is going to be a tough place to go. So the home leg is very, very important for me, going into that second leg in Germany. Now, so many rumours and reports are coming out about certain players. We're now being linked to Liverpool goalkeeper Kelleher. I'll give a quick word on him. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. Many of the comments when I did a 60-second update on Wednesday, a lot of Spurs fans were replying saying, "Why on earth do we need another goalkeeper?" because we've just bought Kinski. I think that it is just a case that Spurs go and scout a lot of players, and we look at a lot of players at any one time. Archie Gray's brother, Harry Gray, is another one. Joe Bellingham is now another one that we're looking at, and I've seen so many reports published about these players before. Kelleher is a new one, I might add. Mark Guéhi, of course, we're being linked with him again. The Football Insider is stating that Real Madrid is still interested in Christian Romero. I've said before, and I'll say it again, I don't think that I'd be very surprised to see Christian Romero leave if Real Madrid did put a concrete offer in. I think that Spurs would accept it, particularly after Romero pretty much called the board out a couple of months ago about direction and ambition. I've no doubt that some of the players feel exactly the same as some of the fans about they want to see, ambition. Look, all those years ago, Teddy Sheringham left Spurs, and he's only just spoke about this again recently. He left Spurs because he felt that the club didn't match his ambition. It's very, very important to do that. You've got to match the player's ambition. Some of these players are very, very hungry, and you'd like to think that every single professional footballer is hungry and they want to win trophies, they want to be successful. All of us fans want it. The players will want it as well. You could argue that some of these players need to give a little bit more in order for us to be successful. I see both sides. So in terms of transfer windows, I sound like a broken record here, but we need experienced players in. I keep saying about, I'm all for the future, etc., bringing in top talent. I feel like we've got a lot of top talent, but I do feel now like we need experienced players, to drive this team forward, climb up that Premier League table, because no way, whoever the manager is next season, whether it's Pochettino or someone else, we cannot be a mid-table team. With the stadium we have, the training facilities, we keep going on about the same old things. You need a first-class team as well to challenge for real top honours. Lastly, I'm going to talk about Mauricio Pochettino's comments. I must say, I'm a huge fan of Mauricio Pochettino. If you followed this channel over the years, you will know that he is one of my all-time favourites at the club, in terms of managers. Such wonderful football under him, really, really exciting. And I felt like every single time we went into a game, no matter whether it's home or away against one of the top sides, I always thought that we were going to win. I always thought that we were going to be entertained. And, most of the time we were. But I do find these comments at this time really, really odd. He's just started the job with USA. Ange Postecoglou's under severe pressure. And I get the fact that, he's offloaded some of his thoughts and feelings here about his time at Spurs, and he wants to come back and win a trophy. And he spoke about, yes, I would like to return one day. I would have expected him to really sit on the fence with these questions and say, I'm USA boss. Spurs have a manager. Good luck to them. Blah, 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 blah. I'm quite surprised, actually, that he has come out and been so honest. Particularly starting this USA job, because he is not in a position to suddenly say, okay, sod it, I'll leave this job and I'll come and manage Spurs if they need me. And I also think it's interesting and find it a bit odd how he answered the question so open as well about the England job. Of course I would have been interested, he said, about the England job, when he's just started a new job with USA. So I do find the comments a little bit odd, especially with the timing. And I also find it a little bit disrespectful, no matter how you feel about Ange, whether you want Ange in, whether you want Ange out, no matter what your thoughts and feelings are about Ange Postecoglou, I just feel it's a little bit disrespectful to be talking about the job when someone is already manager, under serious amount of pressure and trying to put a trophy in the cabinet, with the Europa League. But that's going to be a very, very interesting situation. Will Mauricio Pochettino ever return to Spurs? Will it be in a year's time? Will it be in 2 years' time? Will it be in 5? Will it be in 10? Will it be under, the chairmanship of Daniel Levy? Will it be under someone else? I would love to see Pochettino return one day, but as I say, I do find these comments a little bit odd, especially the timing. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember that all of these episodes are available on YouTube and all major audio platforms. My name is Chris Cowlin, so you can follow me at Chris Cowlin across all social media platforms. I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe and well, and come on, you Spurs.